I got to ask you, because I'm a little bit confused. So that day you said LeBron James will never win another world championship. But then the following day I heard you in a conversation with Big Perk where you kind of hedged your bet.
Nope.
Because you said, if LeBron wins a championship,
Right.
I might consider him to be the greatest of all time.
That's only because that Kendrick Perkins is texting me all the time, and he's going back and forth, reminding me that he believes LeBron's the GOAT, and I keep telling him, hell no, hell no, hell no, MJ. So basically what I was saying to him is that if that happened, I'd entertain your conversation. But I said it ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen.
So can you give me some reasons why so definitively in your mind that you believe LeBron James will never is a strong statement?
Well, first of all right, you want me to give you that, or you want to let the world know how you feel?
No,
right.
It was a little bit of both, but I'm ready.
Here's the deal. I am in no way knocking LeBron. I don't have any doubt that LeBron James is going to come back when healthy and look the way we expect him to look. It's not about him. It's about what I'm watching from the Golden State Warriors. And it's about the fact that they're not going anywhere. They're not going away. I don't believe LeBron is leaving Tinseltown. I believe that this is his final home. He will retire a Los Angeles Laker. That's what I believe, unless he retires, it is over, and then he goes and retires as a Cleveland Cavaliers on a one-day contract, something like that. This is it for him. This is his playing career. And so I'm looking at the personnel that you've got, the Anthony Davises of the world, the Russell Westbrooks of the world, THT, who I like a lot, a whole bit. I'm not knocking any of those guys, none of them. I'm looking at you in your face and telling you, LeBron, AD, Russell Westbrook at their best against the Warriors at their best once Klay returns. It's over. They're not beating them. I believe watching this team, Steph Curry is sensational, the greatest shooter God ever created.
I would agree.
I'm looking at Jordan Poole and his evolution and his elevation. Draymond Green is hitting jump shots now. I'm looking at Toscano, and I'm looking at Damian Lee, and I'm looking at this kid Kuminga coming off the bench, and I'm looking, wait a minute, Wiseman and Klay coming back? Because remember, I keep bringing up Wiseman for this two reasons. Number one, he's not a scrub. He's not a scrub. He can play. And number two, they won titles with Jaja Pajulia and Andrew Bogut in the middle. You can't win with James Wiseman if you got those other pieces around. I see it. That's what I'm saying. I don't believe that, in other words, both teams are going to be there. They ain't beating the Warriors. That's what I'm saying.
So you believe that Klay Thompson is going to come back and be the Klay Thompson that he was 2 years ago?
I even said this. Give me Klay Thompson at 80% is all he needs. Because I think that's enough to beat the Lakers. Warriors are just too good. They're just too good. That's what I'm saying. This is not me saying, oh, LeBron has slipped and LeBron. No. The greatness is the greatness. I'm saying it won't be good enough.
One of the most beautiful things about basketball in any sport, it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Sure.
So you're talking about a sprint right now. It's been one hell of a sprint. You're not going to sit up here. I'm not going to sit up here on national TV and tell you that the Golden State Warriors are not playing the best basketball in the NBA right now, because they are. But I don't know if Steph's health is going to sustain throughout the course of the year. You can say that about a lot of people. I've seen him have a tendency to get injured time and time when his usage rate is very high. I do wonder how Klay is going to come back considering different injuries on different sides of his body, right? Torn ACL on one side, Achilles on the other. Will he come back and be the version of he was? I just think it's so disrespectful to a guy that's in the conversation. He may not be your GOAT, but a guy who could be considered the GOAT. I consider him the GOAT, in my opinion. That you can just cancel him out and say definitively, 15 games into the season, that he will never win another world title. Never. All right. Just due to a tough start that they've had.
Allow me to interject. Number one, let me school you. First of all, sir, don't come to me with marathons opposed to sprints. I'm 54. You're 40.
Wait.
In other words, what I'm saying is, I would know something about the marathon. In other words, I'm older. I'm just saying I'm a senior citizen. I'm older. I'm older than you. Okay, so I know what a marathon and a sprint is. That's number one.
You would turn that into a debate.
That's number one. I'm just older. That's all I'm saying.
It has nothing to do with life experiences.
I understand. That's
a number.
Okay. So number one. Number two, it's not disrespectful to LeBron. As a matter of fact, it's very respectful. And let me tell you why. Because I mentioned him. I didn't mention a whole bunch of other dudes because they ain't relevant. I'm saying at 36 in your 19th year, I still expect you to be great. LeBron James was great when he lost not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, but 6 titles. Why can't he lose a 7th? Not that it's going to come to that because he won't be in the finals, but he's lost 6 times. Even when he was great. You know why? Because the pieces around you matter. And all I'm saying to you is that I don't talk about injuries. Of course, if people get injured, of
course.
I'm saying LeBron at his best.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying
LeBron James at his best.
I'm saying LeBron at his best. The Lakers at their best. And the Warriors at their best. They ain't beating the Warriors. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm not disrespecting LeBron or the Lakers in any way. We're talking basketball. And I believe that when healthy and fully loaded, the Warriors are the best. I think they'll smoke Milwaukee. I think the only team that has a prayer
Miami
is if Kyrie comes back to Brooklyn and AD and Kyrie, KD, and James Harden are at their best. That's the only chance I'm giving anybody for beating this Warriors team.
So you know what
healthy.
you're doing? You're feeding into how LeBron James gets motivated by saying this, number one.
I don't care. We have to play. We want to watch.
For you to sit here and say, because I'm Stephen A. and I mentioned your name for greatness, that's so disrespectful. I don't know how you can't see that. You said LeBron James and never.
Yes.
You're saying one of the greatest players to ever play the game of basketball and never in the same sentence.
No. All I mean is, I'm saying it's over. What I'm saying to you is this. He's 36. He's scheduled to play maybe about 3 more years.
Okay.
I believe the Golden State Warriors are going to be standing right there saying, no, it's
they
over.
could be standing there together.
No, I'm saying they're going to stop it. They're the roadblock. That's what I'm saying. How is this hard to understand?
No, it's not hard to understand.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.